Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the lesson for chapter 24 of Touching Spirit Bear. In chapter 23, Cole did the dance of anger, so we saw how that played out. And when you read a novel, the conflicts in a novel are always kind of evolving and changing because it's a longer text. And so we've had this one conflict for so long, which is Cole trying to discover himself and deal with his anger. And it seems like a lot of those things are going a lot better. He's in a great place, and it seems like he's on the right track. He's going to be okay, at least the way it looks right now. Chapter 24, we're going to be looking at our title of chapter 24 that kind of puts it in perspective is Peter hits bottom. So now we're looking at a new conflict here. There's been some hints at this, but now this is really where Peter's situation kind of falls apart. And so let's go ahead and click on our lesson for today. Notice we don't have a quiz for this module. You just have to do the assignment, which is the annotations. But it is a little bit different than before. So we're going to talk about that as well. All right. So Peter hits bottom, chapter 24. We have a quote right here. Hitting rock bottom doesn't mean you have to stay there. Hopefully Peter understands that. We're gonna see that and how that plays out in this chapter. I can read and annotate chapter 24, looking for, as I talked about, new conflicts and character developments. So while you're reading this chapter, kind of focus on what new information we get in the characters themselves and some new conflicts that are arising because of those new events and new information that we got. Okay, we're doing the starter right now. We're watching the video. Our classwork is going to be the annotations and the after reading questions. And like I said, we're going to do this a little bit differently. It's not in Google Docs. Hopefully it's not too much of a hassle trying it a different way, but we'll talk about that. Our closure for this one, when you finish reading that chapter and you turn it in, think about how Cole desperately wants to help Peter. How would you go about helping someone that you care about, knowing they probably do not want your help? Because we all make mistakes in life, and sometimes people get mad at us, and we still care about those people when they're mad at us. We want to help them. We want to do things for them, but a lot of times they won't let us until we totally repair the situation. So if you were in that situation, how would you go about helping somebody that you want to help, but they don't want your help? Make sense? All right. Let's go ahead and click on the assignment because this is the part that's a little bit trickier than before. So this looks different because it's not just a link to a Google Doc. This is a link to an assignment in Kami, which is a really useful tool, especially when it comes to annotating. There's a lot more features that we're going to be able to use, so that's why I wanted to start moving towards this. Hopefully you've done Kami in another class. So if you have, you'll just click on this button right here. It'll take you where you need to go. It'll take you right into the assignment if you've done a Kami assignment before through Canvas, through your Google Drive. We're going to click on that. Those of you that haven't done it before, you're going to have to authorize it. You're going to have to log in as a student. So take those steps, follow the directions that they're giving you, so you can get there, okay? So you can see this looks a little bit different because I've already added some different annotations on there in mine. Yours will look like just the blank annotation thing. It's really good in Kami because we have way more features off here to the side than we do on Google Drive. So you'll see a lot of different things. You'll see a dictionary right here. So with the dictionary, I can click on a word and it tells me what it means. So remained, continue to exist, especially after other people or things have ceased to do so. And just some different definitions for remained. Okay. I just looked that up. It's a tough word for me. I'm working on it, but I'm not there yet. But yeah, so you can click on, if you have the dictionary feature open, click on any word you don't understand, and you can find that definition. We also have a text to speech here, and I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but you got some different voices you can use. We got David, we got Zira, we got some different ones that you can choose. But what it allows you to do is listen to the page being read to you. So if I click on that, I don't know if you can hear that, but just going through the chapter. So you have some arrows. You can go previous sentence, next sentence. It's kind of limited. Sometimes that doesn't work out so well. You can also change the speed. So he's going too slow for me.
Chapter 24, annotations and questions. Directions. Annotate the chapter by deleting important sentences and explaining them with a comment. 2 to 3 annotations per page is the minimum standard.
Alright, so I'm going to change the speed here to 2.
The call went to the totem.
Can also move it down. Alright, so you can play with that kind of stuff. We have mark up the text, so you can highlight. You can do a box highlight. You can cross stuff out. You can underline stuff. You can change the color of what you're doing. We have a comment section. If you want to mess with some of these features, you can. All I'm going to really require is you to do kind of what we normally do with annotations. You can do a text comment. Again, if you want a video comment, feel free to try that out and see how that goes for you. I want to give you the freedom to use a lot of these tools if you want to use them. But make sure you're doing 2 to 3 annotations per page, comments. So I have one here already, and I'll talk about that in a second when I finish going through these. Text box, so you can add just some words if you want to add some writing. And I could write something right there. We're probably not going to use the equations, but you can draw stuff too. So as you can see right here, I did a little, he talked about the dance of anger. I drew a little angry, I don't know what that is. And then I labeled it anger dance, just to add some sort of visual. He talked about looking at the blank space on the totem up here, and he wasn't sure what to draw with regards to the anger dance. And so one thing you can also do is insert an image, and that's what I did right here. You can see that heart that's carved in wood. So I can insert an image there. If I click here, you have a couple choices. Get rid of those. I can upload from my computer, Google Drive, or I can search. So you can use the Google search. And search for an image. So spirit bear. Obviously, if he's talking about carving, you might be looking for something else. There we go. We got a spirit bear that was carved. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and select that. Put that in somewhere. Bam. Oh. I have to make them a little bit smaller. But you have the ability to do a lot of things that you couldn't do before. And that should be a useful tool. Okay. When you're finished, up here in this top corner, you're going to have a place where you submit. So you're going to actually just submit it through this app, and you don't have to go back into Canvas to submit it once you submit it here. So that's why on your assignment, I gave you like a picture of what that looks like. You'll have a turn in button right there, and that's why you're going to turn it in. So hopefully Cami doesn't give you any problems. She's usually pretty nice to me. She's a nice lady. So hopefully this all goes well for you. Let me know if you have any questions, if you're struggling. The one step that you'll have to take that you didn't see me take is logging in with your Google. If you've never done an assignment on Canvas for the first time, you'll have to do that. So you guys are pretty smart. You're pretty good with computers. I'm sure you've figured out how to log into stuff. So I'm not too worried about it. But if you have issues, please message me in the inbox here, and I'll try to help you out. Good luck with chapter 24. Look out for some of these new conflicts and what it looks like, what I mean by Peter hitting bottom. Oh yeah, I said I would go over this quote real quick. So let me do that before I sign off. He stared at the blank space at the bottom of the pole. What figure or shape would express what he had learned through the dance? And so I commented on that. I think it would be difficult to draw or represent what happened in the anger dance. It'll probably take him a while to figure out, which could be a new conflict developing or possibly frustrate him to the point of being angry again. So just an observation there. Make sure you work through the text, 2 to 3 per page. Submit up here, which yours will look more like this one right here where it says turn in. And good luck on chapter 24. Have a great day.